Hey everybody, welcome back to Uncle Jeff's Amazing Reviews. We had a lot of technical difficulties today. This is like the fourth complete time I've had to do this review. Hopefully this will be the charm. Today we're going to talk about some microphones. And these are all microphones that I've gotten from Amazon in the last few months. Over the years, I've probably tested about 10 different microphones from Amazon. Most of them being USB style that you plug straight into your computer and record, and some of them being pure analog. The ones we're looking at today are pure analog. We have two condenser microphones, the one I'm talking on right now, and this TONOR, and then we're going to be looking at a wireless lavalier microphone. So let's get started. Like I said, the one thing that these all have in common is that they're analog. They're intended to work with traditional audio mixers or anything that takes an analog audio input. Although if you do want to use them with your computer, all it takes is a sound card that takes an analog input, or you can buy a little adapter, an analog to digital adapter. On my Mac, I think it was $6. So these are versatile. You can use them for either. Okay, let's start with the condenser microphones. They're not well-known brand names, but they feel and look terrific. They are XLR, which means they have this three-pointed pronged connector, and they require external power to really do what they're supposed to do. You can buy an external 48-volt phantom power is what they call it. You can buy an external power supply for about $20, or if you're already using audio mixers, they almost always have powered XLR ports on them. So anyway, so this one right here is I can never remember, PROAR, P-R-O-A-R, model number S-678, and it's brand new. It comes in a kit for the remarkable price of $49.90 something. It comes with the boom arm. It comes with a phone holder so that you can mount your phone here. So if you want a really compact all-in-one blogging thing, it'll do that. It comes with this pop screen that's very cool, and it does come with a cable. And it does have a suspended mount, so it won't pick up as many vibrations if I start pounding on things as it would if it had a hard connection. I haven't heard it yet. I'm trying this microphone for the first time. Like I said, it's the fourth time through, but I haven't actually listened to one that worked yet. So sometimes I don't know if microphones need a little bit of break-in, like some high-end speakers say they do, but I'm sure for what we're doing here, this is going to be very representative. So here's my voice from a few inches away. And I'm going to play a little song now for you so that you can hear what these can do. Okay, 1 and a 2. And no, I'm not. Are you kidding? I'm not going to play a song. I'll just strum you some open string. That's from a few inches away, as if you were like in a studio recording something. And now let's try it again from a few feet away, 2.5 feet. This is the sound of my voice, and okay, so that is the PROAR, and let's take a moment and I'll reconfigure back to the TONOR, and we'll give it a try. Okay, we're back. Had to record this one again because when I first came back and reviewed this one, I had the microphone turned around. Yes, they are directional. You want to speak into them from the same direction. There was quite an audio difference, so here we go again. Anyway, this is the TONOR. This one is about $10 more than the PROAR was, and look and feel are about the same. It comes with a slightly nicer boom, but it doesn't come with the phone holder. It does come with the XLR cable, and of course it requires the 48 volt power, phantom power that we talked about. So let's just give it a quick test. Here's my voice, and here's my ukulele. And then from a couple of feet away, here's my voice, and here's my ukulele. Okay, so I can't do the comparison yet. I know these are both good microphones, and they both would get my thumbs up. Which one's better? I won't know until you know. I need to go do the side-by-side comparison. Next, we're going to talk about the wireless lavalier. I'll go over a few things before I actually test it, because once it's hooked up, I won't really be able to show you. This is really cool. It is a little more expensive. It's like 3 times more expensive than the condenser microphones. It's currently selling for $189. Comes in a nice case with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. You turn them on, and they just instantly pair. There's a little light up here that shows you when it's paired with A and B. You may see, if you can see, that they all have a dynamic screen on them. So each one shows what levels are at, what channels are at, what the battery power is at. The screens are even configurable, believe it or not. And you can even change the levels right on the transmitter, and then this just plugs into whatever audio source you need to plug it into. So what else should I say? I've used a few sets of these before in the past. We used to have a wedding video business in our younger years, and wireless microphones were nothing but trouble back then. You'd get hiss, you'd get dropout. It just wasn't good. This one so far, I've used it in a couple of different tests, and I've not heard any dropout, no interference. They seem to work really well. They're rated at 30 meters, so just under 100 feet. So, and sometimes those figures are optimistic, but I haven't really tried it. So it might be a stretch if you want to use these to record something from the back and front of a really large hall or church or something. I can't guarantee that's going to work in all environments. But if you're just doing studio work, or maybe from anywhere from 10 to 50 feet, I'm sure they'll do great. So give me a minute, and we'll switch over to those, and we'll give them a try. Okay, and now we're back with the Lav wireless microphone from 7 Rims, or whatever that's called. The first thing I noticed right away is that its output levels are much higher than on the others, and I was getting very oversaturated sound until I turned down the controls. So I mean, on most mixers that's not going to be a problem. You just turn them down. Just something to be aware of, that if you mix this with other microphones, you're going to have to set the levels a little differently. So I already kind of showed you all the things about it. It's just a matter of how does it sound. Obviously, I haven't heard it yet, but Logic says it's not going to sound as good as these condenser microphones. But for what it is, I believe it's a very good product. It's not really meant for musical performances, but just for comparison purposes, we'll strum our little chord. Okay, so welcome back. I took a little break, and I went and reviewed the tapes that we had made and did a few other little tests to see if I could come up with a final result here. I will say that I only picked the microphones of the 10 or so that I've tried that I liked the best. So there's no loser here. These are all good microphones, and they all get a happy face. If I had to pick between the PROAR and the TONOR, whatever, the PROAR perhaps looks just a little bit cooler, although they're both good. The sound quality to me was so close that it's hard to say. I think if I did a blind test and just had to pick one, it probably would be this one, the TONOR. at $10 more and without the cell phone holder, but slightly better boom. The lav microphone, again, impressed me with how good it sounded for being this little tiny fuzzy thing that's not directly in line with your voice. I was a little disappointed to see that the battery indicator showed that they drained about halfway in the hour and a half that I spent with them on doing this test. So I don't know how long they last. Anyway, all great products. The lavs and the condensers serve slightly different purposes, all analog, and I give thumbs up to all of them. So it just depends on what you want to spend, what you're going to use them for. Thank you for joining us, and join us next week. Who knows what Uncle Jeff's going to review next week. See ya.